Alright, I'm back. Bought this tool here, probably right this side right there. But yeah, bought this tool here. I think it's like $10 the most. I think it was like 9 something. Went on there. You could always rent them. You could always rent these type of tools, but I rented them a couple times, and apparently I keep using them again. So I think I'd rather just have the tool than keep renting it. So this has to go under here, and I'm guessing you push down and it should just pop it off. It's in there, but it's not coming off. There she goes. There she goes. Alright. A little bit of gas came out of there. Not really worried about that. Just gas. And that means that this piece here that I moved to the side, I can take it out of here. Yep, look at that. Stick it out of here without breaking anything. But there's another piece. This railing here. So yeah, that's out of the way. This is disconnected. That's disconnected. That's disconnected. These guys, I don't need them. That's disconnected. My tool pick's moving here. So I'm probably just gonna put that back in here. So I don't really have a spot for it. So I'm just gonna keep sliding that on there so I don't lose the tools. And I should be able to lift this out of here. Well, be careful of grabbing this railing here, because if this railing bends, then you'll be squirting gas when she's on. Trust me, I've been there. Been there, done that. So a little spot here you can grab it, looks like. Just get a good grab on that part. And see if I can finesse this guy out of here. Gas line over. This line, get out of the way. Over the gas line again. Drip the coolant. And there she is. And here she is, huh? Here, so I can pull these guys out, but I'm gonna need a box to put them in, and I'll show you how that's worked. I'll get right back to you. Okay, let's keep going here. Hey, where does leaf came from? Right. Let's get these guys off. I'm gonna have to pop off these guys up here. Seems like the idea is to pop these guys off. But to take those out, you're gonna have to number them. See, number them is the best thing you can do. We could put it as this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Be the best thing to do that. And let's get a piece of cardboard and get this all set up. Okay. So on a piece of cardboard, I'm gonna write everything down. So you can just write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay. And draw a little line here if you want. Separate these spots. And we pull them out, and we're going to stick every one of these in each number so we know the order that they came out. So then what we're going to do, I'm going to take out 1. Take out 1, right? Make sure this is in the loosing mode. Yeah, this is definitely in a loosing mode. Turn left here. Oh God, beautiful. And this guy comes off. This guy comes out, and you could put this on number 1 here. So for now, I'm just gonna put it on top of my truck, and I'll continue on this guy here. See, since it goes in this way, it seems about the same either direction. Just poke a hole through your box there, and that is number 1. And you do the same thing for the next one. And I dropped the piece. Drop the piece because this guy goes here on top of the engine. This is where your bolt screws into. So definitely don't lose that. I'll put this one here. You take this one, put it in here, and this next piece, stick it in here and put it in your box. Stick it in there, put it in your box. You see that one's a little bit different than the other one? Well, that's why we're doing this. Alright. Same thing to this one. Keep just going forward here. pieces out. Make sure you don't lose your piece there. There, there's number 3. And take this guy out. Same piece. You already know. That one you put it back in. That goes into the engine. And we keep going here. Take this off. And that is number 4. 4 is a little bit slightly different than the last 2, so same thing, stick it through your box. Okay, that's number 5. 5 in here. Come on. Oh. And number 6. That is number 6. All right. I'm just going to keep going here, and I'll get back to you. All right. Those are all taken out. So you can start pulling off this gasket here. Definitely going to have to buy new ones because this one is looking terrible. So this is trash. And we got another one here. It's looking really terrible. Man, it's even broken right here. I don't know how that happened. And it probably happened when I was taking it out. That's trash too. And you got these pieces here. No, at least that's holding on pretty well. That's trash. And this one doesn't want to come out that easily, but eventually pop it out of here. See if this one come out without breaking it, maybe. Just maybe. Oh, there you go. Pop right out. And that is trash. This one, unfortunately, the piece that sticks out, decide to slide in there, so you gonna have to clean everything out with a little spike or something to clean it out. It'd be best. The rest of this stuff is all trash. It's little trash like this, I'm not gonna throw it over there because I mean it would be hard for me to pick it up later. Don't worry, I don't leave my trash on the floor. But you see how gunky this is? It's very disgusting. Okay. Next thing is to pull these guys out. This guy has a mount on the side of it that I probably don't need to take it out. I don't think so. But we're gonna have to take this guy out, this guy out, this guy, and it should be able, I'm thinking maybe this guy here and the one that's hitting back here, and this one and that one maybe has to come out as well. I think so. Yeah, it's probably so. So let me pop these guys off. Shouldn't be too hard. I have a size socket here. What's this one? It's a 16 millimeters. So let's grab a breaker bar. 100% sure where is the other breaker bar. I had two of them in here at one point. Yeah, the other one's probably somewhere else that I don't know where. Just use this one. Alright. My snap-on tool. Worst thing can happen, it might snap again. So, you just go around and break them loose. Break that one loose, break that one loose. Just break them loose. There you go. Break that loose. It doesn't budge yet. These guys are about the same size. You're probably gonna need an extension to reach those. Got one in here somewhere. Use this guy here and this guy to break these guys off. Well, these are a little hard to get to. There you go. That's not too bad. Just keep loosening all these. You're gonna have to take this guy out here that I'm not 100% sure what size they are, but the only reason why I am loosening it by hand is because I don't want them to break. Loosening them by hand is a little bit more safer than having the gun start really doing damage to it. The gun could break it easy. And if you break something here, you're not going to have a good time after that. So, thinking that this one should be a 14. Might be a 14, might be not. Oh, it looks like it fits. Okay, so that's loose. Okay, that's loose too. Okay, so these guys are good enough that I could just take it off of my hand here. There you go. I'll put that over there. That guy can come out too. I can probably use more of an extension to reach that guy down there, so I don't have to be struggling too much. I can just get it off. So, you know, just get it on there. You know, they're already broken off, so gun doesn't need to suffer. Okay. So the only thing I got left is those two guys right there. Okay. Let's put this one there with that guy. Back. Taking these guys off. There we go. It's loose. And that one is loose. So it seems like the exhaust here, it's on there too. So I'm gonna have to take that apart as well. Okay, once you take that out, these are 10 millimeters. They're sitting on the face of this here, but these have been rusted through, so I only had one. So once you take that off, then you have these mounts to take off. The only bad thing about these mounts is they're really rusty. Everything is rusting through, so you gotta take those guys out as best as possible without snapping them, because if you snap them, then they're gonna be stuck inside the engine, and well, once again, you're not gonna have a good time. Look at these guys. The thing is so rusty. I'm not going to even put a heat shield in there. I'm just going to keep everything away from the heat. I think it's be the best I can do. Other than that, you gotta figure out what size I use, because I'm not actually sure. So let's see. Could be, what's this one? This is a 13. And a 13. Mostly everything seems like it's a 13 on this car. Everything seems to be a 13, so you gotta take it. Let's see if we can take this guy out of here. So we gotta be very see. I am pushing on it to loosen it gently. No, I'm not really trying to push on it. I'm just giving a little, you know, I'm just kind of like wiggling it and turning at the same time to loosen it. There's two here so far that I see. They might be, there's one here directly under here, there's another one over here, right here. Right, so just pull that out. We get to the next step. All right, once you get that off, you can use a screwdriver to pry this this guy off here, or you can take it off completely. But like I said in my videos, that I am trying my best to take off less. I'm not gonna take off everything if I don't need to. A lot of people would take off everything, but if I don't need to take it off, I'm not going to. But we're gonna have to take off these spark plugs since you be on a string here, well, wire. So just pop these guys out and you lift her out of here. Just do that. Get back to you. And once you get that out, see all the spark plugs are out, then you can just wiggle this thing right out of there. She has some oil sitting on here, so you can take this oil and just pour it into the bottom here, into the middle. You know, once you do an oil change, you can get that all cleaned up. And you see how this is full of coolant. No good. No good at all. And the funny thing is, the coolant's not even green. Coolant's actually orange. Well, it was green when I bought it. I put orange in it. So that's how you take that guy out. Let me get a box or something to put this all in. Alright, let's pull this guy out of here. Got a box here. I'm gonna put everything in. So let's pull you out. Come on, buddy. Pull this guy out. Go. That guy's in the box. I can take it downstairs and clean it. And then we get to the first suspect. It's very bad. This is very, very bad. It's worse than I thought. See these pieces here? Probably need to get a gasket for all these pieces. So they're already in bad shape too. Everything's in bad shape. Everything's in bad shape. They're like, this engine is drowning in its own coolant. And that's what happens to a lot of them. Everything gets clogged, and then once it gets clogged, it starts pushing into the on top of these pistons. Well, it's holding the liquid pretty well, so that is fantastic. Because there's not much in the oil. So you're gonna have to clean this all up. This gasket here, it's a very beautiful. It's trash. And make sure you clean up everything here. Everything, these little holes, you're gonna have to clean it up very well. So it'll be the same thing. I'm gonna have to be getting into this side of the engine. The same idea of taking these guys. They're the exact same spot as this side. Only thing that this one might have to take off this mount that's connected to your gas line. This is this gas line here. There's a mount all the way down here. It's kind of hard to see it, but it's all the way down there. You're gonna have to take that mount off. At the same time, you know, unplug all your things. And the same thing, there is another exhaust back here. This one doesn't have a heat shield. Only this here, so it should be a lot more easier to deal with. But at this moment, I'm gonna pop that one off. I don't need to record it all. I mean, I can. You guys leave it in the comments. If you guys actually like me recording it all, I will. But I'm trying to make the videos a little bit shorter so it could, you know, not bore you to death. So let's take this one off, and we keep going, and we put that one in the box. So I'll get back to you when I take it off. Okay. Unscrew all these guys. Already broke them off. The other screw is right behind every one. There's one here, there has to be one right here. One here, has to be one right here. See that? Pop all those off. Okay. Well, the screw that's right back here, it's all the way under there, and it's very difficult to take that screw out. Very difficult. So then you gotta take this nut off right here. I'm gonna have to find a way how to pry it out of there. I'm gonna use this. It's already, this needle knows how it's kind of like an angle here, so see if I can grab it. Well, not letting me come off that easily, but there you go. There you go. And you get that off. Should be able to get this guy right out of here. Should be. Okay. They're a little stuck in here. Gotta really pry it out here. Get a good grip on it and grab it out of here. And then there's the other one. Very nicely. Put it in the box. And there's the other side. So yeah, in other words, both sides of this are in very great shape. Look at that. It's trash. Then you have these guys that, you know, they've been holding on as long as the vehicle's been alive. So Now, make sure you clean everything up. Get all this gunk out of here. Because now, since we got that out, we are into the cleaning factor. We are definitely into the cleaning factor. Finally. So. That's how far I'm going to go for today. I'm going to clean this up. Use a rag, a dry vac, something. Just get all the liquid out of it. And she should be good to go. I honestly don't even know how this car was even running. Because she just so drove. But her smoke was ridiculous. Like the minute she turns on, this whole area here gets covered in smoke. So she still turned on. She still wanted to drive. But let's get this all cleaned up. I'd love to get her back on the road. This part's pretty easy. So you get this thing nice and shiny. You take a nice razor blade here and you just scrape it on here very nicely. See, I have a vacuum, a shop vac that can pick up everything up from the inside of it, so I'm not worrying about covering it. But you just take your razor blade like this and you just start cutting through it, you know. You see how it just cuts through? That's just the old gasket that is still stuck on here. And just clean that up. You know, it's gonna take a little bit, but get as much as you can off with this razor blade. Alright, I'll definitely grab another razor blade and re-go over everything one more time to make sure you get all the little stuff. And then after that, get the rest of that done. I got this shot back here. I'm just gonna end up cleaning that out. And make sure you clean everything out. Gotta make sure everything's cleaned out as much as possible. You do not want to leave anything behind. Oh, that's from the old gasket. Make sure you get it all off. Then take a clean rag. Take a clean rag. Wipe everything down, alright? Make sure you razor blade this area here. Do not forget it. It will leak if you do. So other than that, just clean everything up inside here. Make sure it's all good and ready to go. You don't want to leave nothing behind, because if not, your engine might have an issue.
Can I put this up outside on the stone?
Yeah. Make sure everything's nice and clean. Wipe every spot up. Get into the little edges in there. Just make sure everything is nice and clean. There's no dirt, no residue. Just clean it up nicely. Real nice. Oh, the better to clean, the better. People like using like paper towels and stuff is no good because the paper towels end up breaking up in pieces. And you want broken pieces of paper towel in there, that's up to you. You take your own risks. I take mine. Like that. Clean everything up. It does have this very sticky stuff right on top of here that we can use a cleaner in the future, or we can just clean it up as best as possible now. And here is not much of a big issue. I would just try to clean it up as best as possible, especially these little corners here. So this gunk just wants to sit there. I would just try to clean that up as best as possible and get all the gunk and little pieces out, because they're just gonna be in your oil. Your oil needs to be changed. So what I usually do, I will get a very cheap oil, the cheapest oil you can possibly buy, and run the car with cheap oil. And like that. Once you're done running the car with really cheap oil, you take it on the highway, you run her, you give her a good at least an hour drive. You don't just drive somewhere for 30 minutes and come back. That's all you gotta do. Like that. You can clean it up and it will look nice. You have no troubles. So see there? Right there now, it looks a lot cleaner. You should be using, I'm most likely going to be using a more of a sandpaper, so I can sand everything down, but just get a sandpaper that's not too gritty. You know, don't go with something that's like 80 grit or something like that, because that is way too aggressive, but it might work if you know how to use it. If you're just, you know, just going at it without thinking the factor that you might be taking off metal, then you might have an issue. But for the first part, you know, everything else is getting nice and clean here. The only thing I'm going to need is a little bit of sandpaper to sand it down. So I'm going to go buy some of that. Other than that, this is going to be looking good. This engine's going to be running beautifully. No more leaks. And she should run another 160 miles. 160,000 miles. That's how far she made it before she couldn't go anymore. So, other than keeping her clean, changing the oil regularly, and the coolant, because it seems like her coolant is the issue. Her coolant kills the gasket, and since it kills the gasket, it starts clogging everything inside here. So it will definitely extend the life of the engine. So I'm gonna get some sandpaper. I don't have any at the moment, and I'm gonna run through all these guys here and just sandpaper everything until it gets kind of shiny, to get the rest of the gasket off, because you want to take off as much as possible, so when you put the new gasket on, it's flat as possible. There's no high spots that oil or coolant will leak out to other places where it don't belong. So that's how it looks. Looks great. I love it right now. I love it. I'll definitely get something to keep cleaning the engine out. You gotta clean her out very nicely. And we are in the nick of it. And then make sure you clean this guy very well. This guy's easier because it's out of the engine, so you can go crazy with this part. Do whatever you like with it, really. You can pop these springs out and change the seals and everything for there. I am not doing that. I'm not really worried about it. Even if other people be like, well, you're already here, you should just change it. But I'm not doing that. I know I'm already here, but I'm not worrying about it. It's more of your preference. If you want to get down there and clean that all out, more power to you. I don't feel like I have to. She didn't have any issues with oil at all. Only issues she was having is her coolant was mixing. It's been mixing for a very, very long time. See, and then the bottom of here, you're gonna have to do the same with the razor blade. You're gonna take the razor blade and shave all this as well. Like everything that's in there, you're gonna have to do the same thing like you did inside the engine. Grab your razor blade and you clean all that up in here. Get all that cleaned up. Then after you do that, make sure you clean out all these holes. All the holes can get cleaned out. Probably use a brush or something to just get the inside of these holes done. But maybe just take off those old gasket sealer and just clean up everything here. Clean up everything here. Just take the razor blade and clean off all of it. In the same idea, you could use the same paper and run it through. I will use maybe 200 and sand it down real nicely. 200, 150. 150 is a little gritty, but it's, you know, as long as you're not going, you know, so hard or using a machine. Yeah, I won't suggest to be using the machine, but if you're just using your hand, using your hands and sand it down. But that's the gist of it. The cleaning will take the longest. You just gotta make sure you get every hole, every single hole you see in there, you clean them out. Even if the hole is for the bolts, those long bolts that run through the engine, the heads here, even if it's for the bolts, you still clean them out. Make sure you clean everything out, because the cleaner it is, the better. Because then your new gasket will go on nicely and will not have an issue. So let's keep cleaning that, and I'll get back to you when it's all clean.